The vote of embattled Liberal MP Andrew Laming is crucial to the Morrison government. But the pressure is mounting with Mr Laming on medical leave as concerns about his behaviour increase.
I think one of the things that is very important is that Mr Laming goes and has a very serious think about the implications of his actions on other people, and I'll be very interested in his response when he returns from that moment, that time of reflection.
The Queensland backbencher is undergoing empathy training. Last month he pledged not to recontest the seat he's held for 17 years after women claimed he harassed them online.
I express my regret and deep apologies for the hurt and the distress that communication may have caused.
I've got my COVID thing here.
Since Andrew Laming has taken medical leave, more allegations against him have surfaced.
Here we go. Not only do we have lunch.
Tracy Hughes sits as an independent on the local council that covers much of Andrew Laming's electorate. She's also a member of the Labor Party.
It was relentless. It was consistently over the top. It became very personal, totally 1000% irrelevant. It just wasn't true.
In the lead up to last year's council election, Andrew Laming accused her in a Facebook post of systematically ripping out opponents' election signs, emailing residents with the subject crime alert. After she threatened legal action, he posted an apology on Facebook, but later told the local newspaper he never regrets his actions.
I was pretty shocked, actually. Interesting, my husband was jolly furious. I was more shocked, and then I was pretty angry on behalf of my residents, and it was not even close to any sort of truth.
The Australian Electoral Commission is investigating Andrew Laming's use of Facebook. Last week, The Guardian reported claims he was behind up to 30 pages and profiles without declaring he authorised the content. One page is a so-called community news site, the Redland Bay Bulletin, which has posted pro-LNP material, including about events with Andrew Laming.
Hi everyone, Andrew Laming, and a very quick update for everyone in Redlands on what's going on with an announcement for the Prime Minister.
An authorisation by Andrew Laming has now been added to the Bulletin's page. Another page under question is the Redlands Institute, which says it's a forum for balanced discussion, but again posts heavily in favour of the LNP.
Pages that obviously are pushing his agenda and his attacks as well, and it just seems to be non-stop all the time. I don't know where he finds the time to actually advocate for Redlands, because he is just on Facebook 24/7.
It's now claimed that Andrew Laming also has ties to a local rugby club that was promised a $500,000 grant during the 2019 federal election campaign. The grant to build a new clubhouse was part of a controversial government program to promote women's sport.
When it was announced, the alarm bells went off straight away, because the club itself doesn't have any female teams, to my knowledge. It still doesn't.
On behalf of Southern Bay Cyclones, so very pleased to get council support in addition to the federal funding, election commitment.
The secretary of the club is James Eaton. His wife Stephanie works in Andrew Laming's electorate office. 7:30 attempted to contact them but received no response. Don Brown, a Labor MP in Queensland Parliament, wants to know if Andrew Laming's office declared that relationship prior to the grant being awarded.
I suppose other clubs in the area that were after female facilities don't have that inside running, don't have that direct contact to Andrew Laming.
And they feel hard done by and disappointed, I suppose.
Don Brown used to play for this rival rugby club known as the Muddies. He claims they contacted him upset about missing out on funding.
Well, they were disappointed straight away once they missed it out, and that they've got female players, they've cultivated female teams, they've cultivated 2 Olympic gold medalists, and they're crying out for these change rooms for their female players to obviously cater for them and their needs.
The government maintains there was nothing improper about the grant.
Those grants aren't decided by members of Parliament. They are decided by the department, recommendations are made by members of Parliament, and then they are assessed and considered to be whether they're compliant with rules, and then the decision is taken at that level.
Have you been surprised by the recent allegations against Andrew Laming?
No, I'm just surprised they didn't come out sooner. It's almost like he thought he was untouchable because it's a 1-seat majority.
Susie Foster is the former secretary of Andrew Laming's local branch. She worked with him for almost 5 years, but claims prior to the 2019 election, she and other insiders became worried because members were leaving.
We had a meeting with the people that had left because the committee, we were concerned. We wanted to know what was happening and why they were quitting and what we could do to change it. And they all said the same thing. It was Andrew's erratic behaviour, his abusiveness, and the fact that he didn't support their beliefs anymore.
Susie and 2 other senior insiders say they raised concerns about Andrew Laming's behaviour with the LNP, including his Facebook arguments with voters. All were later suspended from the party over a pre-selection dispute. She says local branch members tell her they want him to serve out his full term.
They want him to stay. The ones I've talked to, they want him to stay because they don't want to lose government.
By saying thank you to everyone.
Yesterday, Andrew Laming defied the Prime Minister, going ahead with his nomination to stand at the next election. But the Liberal National Party rejected his application. Standing again makes him eligible to receive a parliamentary allowance of more than $100,000 paid to MPs who lose their party's endorsement. His position on the government's benches will come under intense scrutiny when he returns.
I think accountability is more important than keeping a member there just for the sake of having the government. I really believe accountability is the most important thing in politics, and it just isn't there.
Hi, I'm Lee Sales. Thanks for watching this story. If you'd like to watch more of 730's stories, they are on the left of your screen. And tap on the button below to subscribe and get the latest from ABC News.